I've known Earl Freudenberg for a long, long time, well over 50 years. We went to high school together. I know one thing. Earl Freudenberg was born to be in broadcasting. He's simply one of the most honorable men I've ever met. It would be impossible to list all the charities over the years that Earl's been involved with. The awards have been many. I know Earl well enough to say that he's most proud of the way that he's been able to help people in need, from burned out families to cancer drives to many, many, many different crusades, too many to mention. By the way, Earl's dad and legendary Chattanooga broadcaster Luther Massengill were best friends. So much so, Earl was named after Luther Massengill. Luther watched Earl grow up, and Earl watched Luther. One day in the control room, a local newsman started his newscast with a national news story. Luther jumped up, confronted the news guy, and told him, "My audience doesn't care about Wall Street. They want to know about Main Street. Keep it local, son. Keep it local." Earl learned, and learned well. On behalf of your family, friends, and fellow broadcasters, congratulations, Luther Earl Freudenberg, and welcome to the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame.
I gotta say thank you to a lot of people, and I only have 3 minutes. That's impossible. That's impossible for a broadcaster. But most of you in this room mean something to me. You work with me in Chattanooga. I've met folk from Knoxville, some of my old buddies from WSM in Memphis, and I just thank you so very much for being a part of this 54-year journey. I do first of all thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who has been with me every step of the way through all circumstances, and there have been some circumstances that may not have been the best. And I also want to thank my family tonight. I met my wife Julie back in 1969. She wasn't a country music fan, but I introduced her to Johnny Cash and Loretta Lynn and Buck Owens and some of those folks, and she accepted it. She introduced me to Simon and Garfunkel, Peter, Paul, and Mary and the Beach Boys, so I thought that was a pretty good trade-off. And my daughter Amy, she's precious to us. She taught me something new today. On Facebook, you can now go live. I mean, I'm sitting there in a restaurant over in Franklin eating a hamburger, and they're watching me all around the world as I eat tomatoes and whatever else was on that sandwich. In fact, Amy and Russell, her husband, who is an IT guru at Unum, they've given us 2 beautiful granddaughters, Juliana and Rachel. And a special note tonight to our son, Mark. And Mark, I know you're watching on Facebook right now. Bud, we love you. I wish you were here. You meant so much to me all through the years. And I look forward to Monday when we can sit down and have a Subway together. And his precious wife, Tara, who is a wonderful caregiver. Mark's physically challenged and could not be with us tonight. In closing, there's been a lot of things mentioned about Luther. His family and my family go back to the 40s because his daddy was a salesman to my grandfather who operated a grocery store. My father and Luther played together in North Chattanooga. Well, I got to work with him first of all in 1968. Every Tuesday we got a little lunch bunch in Chattanooga, and we go to one restaurant and here and there and everywhere, and broadcasters come and a lot of business people come. Well, about a month before he died, we were sitting there and he looks me straight in the eye and he says, "I'm going to vote for you, Earl, for the Hall of Fame." And then the words that I will never forget, "I'm so proud of what you've been able to do in radio." And with that, we walked out of the front door of the restaurant and said bye to each other. Luther, a dear friend, and I thank the Hall of Fame for remembering him tonight. Thank you for this tremendous honor. Love everybody. God bless you.
There's another one of those deep footprint guys. That's what I was talking about. Thank you, Earl. Great job.